Hello Shippensburg, my name is Brent Scheidegger, and today we're going to explore one of the most celebrated traditions within the community, your own SU Raider football team. The biggest news concerning SU's football team this season is the departure of longtime head coach Rocky Reese. Reese retired after 2 decades of coaching. His biggest contribution was the wing T. Now a new offense is in place at Seth Grove Stadium. Offensive coordinator Coach Mike Yursich has created a multiple offense system. Yursich stopped by to explain one of the plays to Chris Field.
We're here with Coach Mike Yursich. He's the offensive coordinator of Shippensburg's football team. He came here from Edinboro. He was formerly the quarterback's coach. And one of the things that he's instituted is a multiple offensive system. And this has a whole new wide range of plays, especially as opposed to the wing T. And we're going to have you diagram some of these new plays. The first one I'd like to do is that Harmon trick play that you ran against Kutztown. Could you show us that?
Sure. We started out in base personnel, which with these Star Wars figures, you'd be surprised. This probably isn't my first time diagramming a play with Star Wars, having a 1-year-old. But I'll tell you, if he was here, we'd have trouble getting the pieces on the board. But anyway, we had 5 O-linemen, obviously, with R2-D2 being the center there, and Obi-Wan Kenobi over there, and Darth Vader being the tight end. What we wanted to do is make sure that our edge was secure, so we wanted to put the tight end on the right side, and we were going to fake an inside zone play with this little guy. He ran the inside zone.
And that would be the fullback, Kevin Herod.
That's correct. It was Kevin Herod, okay, who faked the inside zone, and he just kind of got lost. All right, so we'll put Kevin over there. And then this guy went in triple option phase. We kind of run that option play, not very much, but we have shown it on tape. He came in pitch phase right there. The offensive line all blocked their zone to the right, minus our left tackle here, Steve Hohenwater. He had to base the defensive end, and that was really the critical block right there. Steve based the end, and it took a while. He had to sustain that block. Very important there. Let's put Steve back there. Sorry about that, Steve. All right, and then now on the snap, okay, Harmon comes in reverse pitch phase, right? So this guy's faking the reverse. Quarterback has the ball just faked to Kevin Herod, pulls it out, and now he pitches it to the guy in reverse. All right, so we'll take the tailback out of it. Now he has the ball at this point. After the pitch, quarterback's got to come to the edge and secure. And the key is the patience of X coming through here. We talked about 2 Mississippi. Had to have a count. 2 Mississippi. 1 Mississippi, get in here, get lost. 2 Mississippi, and then when you feel the Red Sea part, boom, you go down the field. And that time, Harmon was able to set up. It timed up well, and we caught the defense off guard and scored 6 points.
That's great. That's really useful. Now, what did the tight end do on that play?
He blocked his outside gap. He protected and secured. He did not go out in the route. We were afraid we might get something off our edge. So we felt good about that deep half player or deep third player on that boundary coming inside.
Okay, in a situation such as that, if no one's open downfield, I suppose Harmon would just have to hold on to the ball, try to run with it?
Yeah, eat it and get back to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, thank you for showing me that play.
No problem.
And we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Coach Yursich hopes his offensive game plan will be enough to beat Millersville, as do all Red Raider fans. The Marauders have a weak defense, and the Red Raiders have a system designed to take advantage of their flaws. The transition from the wing T to the multiple offensive system isn't just a challenge for the coaching staff, it's also a lot to handle for the players who have to run it. As any Shippensburg fan can see, it's not quite as simple as hut, hut, hike. Chris Field has more.
The wing T has been a staple of Shippensburg's offense ever since 1990, when Rocky Reese was appointed head coach at the beginning of his historic legacy. This system, developed in 1907, operates under a run-first approach and is built around its personnel, namely a large, powerful running back. However, there has been a vast whirlwind of change in Shippensburg, both in coaching staff and in play style. Former defensive all-star and assistant coach Mark "Mac" Macheski was hired to replace Reese and has instituted a completely new offense. The offense, which utilizes multiple formations and plays, has been extremely successful for Shippensburg. The Red Raiders have scored more points throughout 8 games this season than they have in 5 years.
For the touchdown, Trevor Harmon hits him with the...
As with any offense, the work begins at the line of scrimmage. Even the offensive linemen have a lot to learn and adjust to.
lot of what our plays are is just inside zone, outside zone. It's more of a zone blocking scheme, whereas in the wing T last year, it was a lot of man.
However, as opposed to the movie The Blind Side, Brady ensures everyone that it's not just one position that has major responsibilities on the offensive line.
Every position on the offensive line is important because, it's you got to keep the guy from getting in the backfield. Without the offensive line, guys are just going to run free.
Speaking of running free, the wide receivers for Shippensburg have much more freedom than in the past. While in the past they would have been relegated to blocking in deep routes, the routes are far more varied.
With this offense, it's a spread, so we can open up the field more. We have a quarterback that can throw the ball. He can get it to multiple receivers in the game.
That would be Zach Zuley, who's completed touchdown passes to all 5 of his starting wide receivers and even his starting running back, Mike Frenette.
We have a variety of routes we run, depending on what receiver you are. If you are a slot receiver or you're X or Z, we have different routes. Like Z basically run seam routes.
No matter which route he runs, Tamer Harris and the other wide receivers will always be at home in this multiple offense with their teammates. Chris Field, SUTV News.
That sure is a powerful offense. Now in the wing T, the running backs are featured with much greater focus. Now every player on Shippensburg offense is on display, resulting in a more varied game plan. This next player's name is on everyone's mind. Zach Zuley was a surprise name to appear at the top of the quarterback depth chart. Steven Adams was projected to be the starter, yet Zuley has taken over the reins. Our own Joe Perkins is here with the QB.
I'm here with Shippensburg University's quarterback, Zach Zuley. Now, Zach, in past years, Shippensburg ran the wing T offense. This year, it changed to the spread. What is the spread offense?
The spread is just 4 wide, throwing the ball and handing the ball off with inside zone and outside zone. That's really what it is.
Now, which one did you prefer, the wing T or this?
Right now, I prefer running the spread offense because it's a lot more open and it opens up everything, every option of the game.
Okay, how long did it take you to learn it or to master it?
Well, I'm still learning it, and Coach teaches me something new every single day, and it's just a great experience having Coach Yursich as our coach and teaching me something brand new.
How often do you watch film of it?
I'm in the film room every single day, even on Sundays.
By yourself or with a coach?
Coach Yursich is usually with me all the time.
Okay. Through 8 games so far, you are now 3 touchdowns away from tying Chad DeFebo's record of 27 touchdown passes in a single season. How do you feel about that?
I actually did not know that at all. That's actually a surprise to me, but we're just going out there and playing our game, and if I get a touchdown pass, it's a touchdown pass. It doesn't really matter. Stats don't really matter to me. It's about winning our games and winning the last 3 games of the season.
Okay. Thanks, Zach.
No problem.
Everyone's got big expectations for him for the future. Joe, it's a good thing he's got an experienced coach like Mark Macheski to guide him. Thanks, Joe. Much like Blair, everyone is looking forward to Zach Zuley exploding on the scene next season, including this anchor. When we return, we'll take a look at the defense as well as a former player turned SU head coach.